Tonight, an 11 Alive investigates exclusive.
A Georgia veteran says he waited 8 hours in the Atlanta VA emergency room before ever seeing a doctor. He reached out to our Investigates team for help. Savannah Levins has a story.
This is in Hungary. Well, I was young then.
Rick Ravan proudly served his country.
Eagle Base,
that's
Bosnia.
But when his health spiraled, he says the system meant to care for him didn't.
It feels like hell.
Rick joined the Army in 1999 and deployed overseas.
This was right after 9/11.
Today, he lives with debilitating gastrointestinal illness, sometimes so severe, he says he stops eating just to cope.
I have a chair that I put in front of the toilet with a pillow, and that's where I sleep at night.
On November 10th, Rick's VA physician sent him to the Atlanta VA Medical Center emergency room for urgent evaluation. His wife Brandy behind the wheel for the agonizing 2-hour drive from their home in Cleveland, Georgia.
He's doubled over in pain from stomach cramp.
What followed, they say, was hours of waiting with no updates.
I went up to the window, I'm like, man, we've been here 8 hours and there's no one here. And she kind of smirked at me and says, well, most people wait 8 to 9 hours.
He took photos and videos of what looked like a near-empty waiting room and conditions he says are unacceptable.
The restroom floors were absolutely filthy. The whole hospital was just dirty.
After 8 hours, they say they were finally taken back, but the problems continued.
The bed sheets were so dirty, I didn't want to lay on them. The bed had a tag on it that says, do not use broken.
Rick says the ER doctor provided Tylenol and ran some tests, then asked whether he had private insurance.
And I said, no, sir. He said, well, if you did, we'd send you somewhere else. And then he left. At that moment, I was in so much pain, I could have just laid down on the floor and died, and I think they'd have let me.
Eventually, he ripped out his own IV and walked out the front doors. 12 hours, he says, after they'd walked in. By then, it was November 11th. Veterans Day.
We got in the car and my wife cried the whole 2-hour ride home. It was absolutely, I've never been so ashamed to be somewhere and treated like I was a burden.
And they have had 12 hours to get something done.
The VA declined our multiple requests for interview for this story, but did send an emailed statement saying, quote, although staff evaluated this particular veteran within 10 minutes of his arrival, the veteran had to wait several hours for a bed to become available as we attended to more urgent patients. We're also told the VA added 5 additional beds to the emergency department the same month as Rick's visit. We reviewed the latest inspection report of the Atlanta VA hospital, published in June 2025. It flagged multiple issues, including waterline breaks that flooded the ICU, non-functioning AC units, outdated medical supplies, and outdated policies on communicating test results. Rick says he didn't get his norovirus positive results until 6 days later in a brief 11 p.m. phone call.
I says, why did you wait this long? And he's like, well, I don't know, but we just want to let you know. Good night. Hung up.
Rick's symptoms continue to persist, but he says his trust in the VA system ended that day, leading him to move on to private insurance, something many veterans can't access or afford.
I'm just done with it.
So apparently, regarding the broken tag on the bed, the Atlanta VA says the handle was broken, not the bed itself. As for the delayed test results, the VA says its directive is notification within 7 days. He also said that he could have gotten the results sooner if he had not left the hospital against medical advice.